Hello, boys and girls. So, we are here for the sixth part of our Ottoman Empire Centralist Path playthrough, and we are still involved in the conflicts in Eastern Turkestan and on the Arab Peninsula. So, let's just start. See, I really have to destroy them before somebody can free them up. So let's hope. Yeah, stand up in America, blah blah. Oh yeah, I've already destroyed one of them, that's good. And the second should follow soon. Let's see. How are we doing in Arabia? Alright, we're doing not very well. Okay, that's infantry, so there's no use to that. Just go over there, mate. Well, I should try to cut him off here. I mean, that's a long way, but anyways, I can try it. And exactly what I feared that happened. It's so stupid. This is so stupid. The AI is so stupid. My god. What are you doing there? Like, you don't need to go around there. My god. I don't care what's happening in China, mate. Like, I just don't care. What? Oh, I don't have enough command power. TDY absorbs Palestine Railways caused by looming bankruptcy of the Palestine Railways. The Ottoman State Railways, or DDY, have been able to purchase them and have reintegrated them with the main Ottoman lines. Already plans are made to swap railway gauges to tie them better to the existing Ottoman net, and this creation of a direct line between Haifa and Jaffa for both goods and passengers. Who controls the railway? Railroad controls the people. Kind of. Okay, let me have a look. Oh, that was wrong. So much to read. Baghdadi students protest difficult math questions. A couple of schools in the city of Baghdad have bounded together in pursuit of a common enemy, maths, in some places even supported by their teachers. Close to 100 students have come out on the city street to protest against the difficulty of their mathematics exams, which are enforced under the national curriculum. It is not the first time that this has happened in Baghdad, and it's unlikely to also be the last, as the education ministry is ignoring their demands, claiming that they are just lazy students and should stop wasting time protesting and instead devote their time on their studies. -1% stability. My god. Okay, let's select the fleet. So regent or king, blah blah blah, so that's fine. You can return now. That's fine as well. Order by the locomotive. So I'll send those back as well. Alright, and let's select a new focus. I won't do that because I need I most certainly will need some extra troops that I can't conscript anymore if I reform the conscription system. So basically, what? Oh, wrong. So, sorry, this button will allow me to recruit like militia. So I can't do that if I do that focus. So I'll do this one because I want to unlock this here. Okay, crack down on Arab parties. Through their printing press in Beirut and other radio broadcasts from Cairo, a whole swirl of Arab movements have popped up throughout Greater Syria, fighting against the modernization of the empire and trying to persuade people that an Arab nation would be beneficial to their lives. It is the duty of any descendant government to spare the people from these delusions. Start. Well, one Arab nation. You know what? Pan-Arabism failed. It failed. The death of Jamal Abdel Nasser was the last point, I think. American forces depart MOG. So, and let's try to. You know what? I will wait. I will wait. Okay, now why are you doing this now, really? Okay, that's why you're doing it. Alright, I get it. Alright, do it. And this chap here, Barzani insurrection in Iraqi Kurdistan. The Barzani tribe is fighting back against their growing loss of power in the empire, as a coordinated offensive by Ottoman army and air force has slowly been pushing them out of their territories towards Iran. The Barzanis, led by the charismatic Mustafa Barzani, have long been fighting against the Porte, who has in recent years been responsible for the death of both his father, grandfather and two brothers in failed insurrections over the last decades. Combined air power responsible for the bombardment of dozens of villages and a land offensive by the army, however, seem to now be breaking the final resistance, as their sheer force of the modern arsenal brought by the Padishah's finest is overpowering what little resistance can still be offered. Other Kurdish tribes, long rivals of the Barzanis, has also granted support in the form of irregulars to the Turkish forces in the hopes of acquiring their lands. Once the rebels have been firmly put down, soon their pathetic attempts will be silenced for good. Now, I don't want more unrest, but base stability. Alright. Alright, let's see. So, what are you guys doing? Select, okay, I know you should exercise a little bit more. And you have a little bit more. Yeah. You've already returned, haven't you? Yeah, you have. Right, that should be done in a moment. Boys and girls, I tell ya. My God, why is there so much to read? This, I tell you guys, this Jenkins Hood, or whatever his name is, he gave so much power into this. This is the Ottoman Empire. It's a fine piece of work by the deaf doing that. So, feminine Tripolitania, always left out of the mercy of rain. Tripolitania suffered from an especially bad year, which has caused havoc to the harvests. The steady population growth of the last 2 decades has only exacerbated exacerbated the situation, as relief from Greater Syria and Anatolia is unable to fully cope with the crisis. Reports from Cyrenaica and Fezzan indicate that the issue is less severe there, as the Green Mountains seem to have been mostly spared. With the agricultural exports of the nation, it is its main source of revenue now almost entirely gone. The government in Tripolitania has requested a decrease in taxes and further assistance from the Ottoman center. Of course we'll help. That's like, that would be so stupid not to help. Of course we will help. That's our empire, isn't it? Alright, so equipment. What shall I do? Well, that's not 38, not nearly. Oh, we have to do this one. That's for sure. Oh, and let's start with the air doctrine. Oh, that's fighter detection. By the way, I'll do battlefield support. I could do operational integrity or strategic destruction. I could also focus on long distance planes like heavy fighters, even though I don't have that much capacity, but I don't have that many airports, and the countries surrounding me, they don't have much airports either, so heavy fighters might be a good choice. But then I really should do technical bombs and flexible can perform both. Sorry, what is this? Interception detection, yeah. Ace generation, ground support, fire detection, air superiority, agility, naval mission efficiency, strategic bombing visibility, ace generation chance, bomber defense. And this is fighter detection, air support efficiency, ground support, support, mission efficiency, air superiority, strategic bombing, ground support, naval mission, strategic bombing, interception detection, detection, ground support, interception detection, naval mission, air superiority, interception, multi-attitude flying, logistical bombing, nighttime strategic bombing, escort efficiency, strategic bombing, bomber defense, air superiority, strategic bombing. I'll do this. Alright. Oh no, I should not do that. Do I get fighter detection, air superiority, mission efficiency, ground support? So I would have. Now I will not do it, and I'll tell you why. Because I would have to get down here, alright? But on the other hand, I know I should really start it, right? Yeah, I'll just do it. Because I really have to start it at one point, so it's fine. Oh my, oh my. What's wrong with you, mate? Okay, I really can't advance because he could just snap the tile. Last Voyage of Gul Jamal, built in 1874 by Harland and Wolff in Belfast, the originally nicknamed Germanic, is one of the best-known ships in the Ottoman Empire. Starting her journey under Ottoman flag in 1910, she provided postal services to the Black Sea region until the start of hostilities in 1915. Afterwards, the ship's hostilities started in 1914. Oh, yeah, that's when the Ottoman Empire entered World War One. Afterwards, the ship served with great distinction as an ammunition and troop transport until she was torpedoed by the British Navy. She is, however, best known for her operations in the Aegean after the fall of Greece. In the repatriation of many Turks to the Dodecanese, and for being the first Ottoman vessel to reach the shores of America in 1921, where she proudly showed her Turkish flag. Despite her admirable feats, however, the ship has started to show its age after 53 years of service. She has now embarked on her final voyage to Taranto, where she will be scrapped. We are grateful for her service. Okay, why is he doing this now? Really? Like, why? Why? What's wrong with the AI? Yeah, it takes power in Philippines, blah 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 blah. Alright, I should prioritize reinforcements. That's alright. So, only 500 equipment missing now? That's something I don't understand. I don't know from where I magically get so much equipment. Sorry. I thought there was like 1,800 missing. Anyways. So, no mate, you ain't going anywhere. And I'll pick a new focus. And I'll do the status of the autonomous regions. And by the way, even though I did this here, I forgot to unlock the decisions. So, under the Cup dictatorship, many of the old autonomous regions and special statuses were firmly abolished in favor of a strong centralized state. Pressured by the international community's conservatives and the Sultan himself, much of their work would be undone after the conclusion of the Weltkrieg. Now that the centralists are back in charge, the time is ripe to finish what our predecessors started. Yes. Alright, so 25% in Syria, you see 333 days. My god, that's so long. Integrate Syrian railroads into the DDY. The Devlet Demir Yolları Umum Müdürlüğü, or State Railways Administration, which was founded during the early 20s and incorporates a vast portion of the Anatolian railway network, will be expanded to maintain and extend the northern portion of the Hijaz railways, taking over from a wide plethora of smaller companies and foreign concessions. This will greatly increase the efficiency of our targeted railway expansion and will make it easier for Constantinople to exert its authority over the vast territory it governs in the Levant. Okay, so I have to use a civilian factory for that. Oh, but I get an infrastructure in Homs. That's nice. Plus 10% integration. Alright. Alright, So, restrict Arab nationalist newspapers. Even though the Arab revolt ended in a complete failure for the Hashemites and the Arab movement in general, the seeds of Ottoman resistance were planted. A new generation of educated youth has taken it upon themselves as their mission to strive for the creation of an Arab state free from Turkish tutelage. I don't know that word, and have started to use the media to spread their message across the land. Due to our pitiful literacy rate and the immense distance within our empire, their message hasn't been able to spread very effectively. Yes, yet as the ordinary man on the fields has not yet shown a tendency to oppose the Sultan, why would he? The increasing literacy efforts of the central government, though, are likely to bring change to this, so it may be wise to prevent their message from reaching too many people. I get 5% party popularity, that's nice. Restrict the newspapers. They're not good, they're like separatists. They try to tear apart this country, which, I mean, honestly, like Syria or Iraq is not better without Anatolia. Like, it's not better. Like, if you're a merchant in Beirut, or if you sell anything, like, all of this is your market. Like, you can sell anywhere because it's one country. But if you're just Lebanon, you have to file papers if you want to sell something to Sham, to Damascus. So honestly, it was, by the way, the same in Austria-Hungary. I recommend you the book The Sleepwalkers. The guy who wrote that is a professor at Cambridge. He's an Australian, and he talks about Austria-Hungary in the start of the book, at the beginning of the book, and you know what? He basically tells you how Austria-Hungary, a multi-ethnical empire, is a big common market, and it ensures the stability of these people and the wealth of those people. Like, I'm sorry, but no Arab farmer has won because the Ottoman Empire was torn apart. They have lost. They have lost. The peasants have lost. So it would be better if the Ottoman Empire would still exist. It would be a big common market for the people. Anyways. Oh yeah. So, Craig Islands, I don't have a new one there. Okay, complete the copper line. Just 5%. But I get to infrastructure, that's cool. So, connecting the Kurdish city of Diyarbakir to the industrial and economic heart of southeastern Anatolia, Adana will provide fundamental to bring the modernizations employed in the west to the Kurdish heartland. More importantly, it will also link up the capital of the Kurds to the railroad network, enabling Ottoman forces to be transported and employed far faster than before. Alright. So that's good. Arab Peninsula, 200, 100, 100, 200, okay. So 300 days, so this is a long one. Where's the 600 day one? 300, 100. Oh yeah, the 600 was in Tripolitania. Yeah. Expand farm to city connections. Control over the inhabitants of Iraq maintains problematic as the entrenched aversion by the local people to anything even associated with administration prevents a constructive policy. Farmers tolling on the fields and members of the massive tribal confederations see no need in going to urban areas, and due to the massive distances in Iraq, this leads to a situation where only those in the cities have an influence on state policy, whilst their economy is unable to grow as agricultural goods do not reach an export center, nor do their creators purchase consumer goods, deteriorating the pitiful revenue of what is supposed to be a rich province. To solve this issue, the government has chosen to embark on a farm-to-city project, constructing and expanding the existing road network. They will attempt to bring the two groups closer to each other, and as such boost the economy of Iraq in general. By providing the means, the government hopes that the rural regions will as such transport their goods to the cities, where enticed by the richness of the modern consumer market, they will spread these to their friends and families to ensure that these roads remain safe. The government has also authorized the purchase of armored cars for the Iraqi gendarmerie and has commenced training of new mounted police regiments to tackle banditry in the region. Do it. I need political power for this. But this should really be the next one. Because it's 600 days, I really need to start this. Fall of Boston, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's take a look. I don't really give a damn about it. I just don't want the communists to take it over, to be honest. Yeah, Savoyard Crisis. I'm playing this game so long, I still don't know what the bloody Savoyard Crisis is. You can write in the comments if you want to. Foundation of the Belgrade Pact. Trouble seems to once more be amok on the Balkans, as the Balkan nations have once again gathered in opposition to Bulgarian hegemony in the region, although part of the same alliance. As us during the Weltkrieg, there is no love between our and their government, and we are perfectly aware of their designs on Edirne and Constantinia. The Serbs, for now, haven't invited us to the alliance, but the likelihood of war on our western front is increasing by the day. Preparations are being made to reinforce the fortresses of Edirne, and our troops have been placed on a high alert for any actions by the Bulgarians. Whether or not we will get sucked into war once more is unclear for now. As the ravaged Anatolian population, our recruitment pool has still not fully recovered from the Weltkrieg. Dark clouds are gathering above Europe. Yes, they are. Romania has joined the Belgrade Pact. Greece has joined. Very well. Yeah, blah blah. Let's see what Georgia does. Still guaranteed by Germany, but I don't want anything from Georgia. I do have everything. So, education issues in southern Iraq. Troubling reports have reached us from southern Iraq, where parents appear to stop their children from attending the state school due to fear of Sunni indoctrination. These citizens, predominantly following the Shiite faith, are as such obstructing the education of their children and enlarging the social divide between the Sunni and Shia Arabs, as this limits their future abilities. Little has been done by the Iraqi administration, however, as it further pays into their Sunni superiority superiority policy, which has in recent years led to a significant decrease in Shiite officials. Furthermore, they also claim that without education, these people will remain apolitical, as such forming no threat to their own positions. Well, no. Encourage further Shiite enlistment. We don't care whether something increases or not. Anti-Bulgarian rhetoric intensifies. As the Serbs mobilized their army and the Romanians positioned their armies on the other side of the Danube, anti-Bulgarian rhetoric has become widespread throughout Western Anatolia, with particular hotspots in eastern Thrace where imams and populists are stirring the population up for war, reminding the population of the humiliating defeat in the city at the end of the First Balkan War, and praising the heroic action of the Ottoman army during the Second. They now call for the liberation of our Muslim brethren under Bulgarian yoke. Small groups of citizens are already arming themselves in preparation for the coming war, as conscription centers are filling up with volunteers to fight for the reconquest of Western Thrace. It seems that war is brewing whether we want it or not. Mobilize the army. Bulgaria gets the event terrorist attacks in Western Thrace. Anyways. Fall of Washington, yeah, blah blah. Okay, you're not able, how are you not able to? Austrian Empire declared war on Hungary. Crisis on the Danube. The stability of Central Europe is blah 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 blah. Very good. This is very good. Sorry, this is good because now I use less weapons. No, I want you to give me weapons, you're my emirate. Give me money. Give me money. Oh wow. Just a second, when did it end in Jabal Shamar? Oh, that's good. Both of them ended. Perfect, I didn't even see that. Okay, with that done, boys and girls, we call it for today. Yeah, let's end it for today. I still see you at the next episode, I'd say. Have a great day.